That continues their unbeaten streak to 34 games. You have to go back to July 2nd, 2019. This has never happened in the history of the Argentinian national team. Tim Vickery, writing over on ESPN, said for much of his previous time in the national team, Argentina were a shambles. Plan A was to give the ball to Messi and hope. Plan B was to give the ball to Messi and hope. And there was no plan C, not now. Things changing then for the Argentinian national team. So welcome in Luis Garcia and Frank Leboeuf. Luis, can we just talk about how brilliant that goal was?
Dan, what can I say? I mean, you know that I'm a big fan of Messi. And of course, when you see these kind of things and all the talks that he's been going through to try to retire Messi, to try to see Messi finally away from the national team, away from football, and we all enjoyed this kind of moment. It's just brilliant because the awareness, the timing, the touch, that is just perfect. He knows exactly where the keeper is. He knows that he doesn't have time to go back, and that chip is just beautiful. And, well, another goal, another assist, another penalty score. So Messi looks like a young Messi, and he looks like he's looking forward to the World Cup. And, well, I think we are all going to enjoy a very strong Argentina.
I understand the sentiment from Team Vickery and that things have changed. Certainly things look a lot more organised than they have been in previous campaigns. But isn't plan A, B, C, D, E, F and G just to get it to Messi still?
Yes, but with a better base behind him and then a better approach ahead of him. What you're seeing from Argentina now that you were not seeing in the past, while teams in the past would defer to Messi, and then it went from deferring to Messi to depending on Messi. Now, yes, there's a dependency on Messi on certain moments. And I think that's the difference, that it isn't all the time about Messi, but in the key moments, in good areas, in advanced positions, now Lionel Messi is making that final pass. What was happening before was Lionel Messi was getting the ball from the center backs. He was passing it to himself in the midfield. He was opening it out wide to himself in the left-hand side and then crossing it to himself in the middle and finishing the chances himself. That was the expectation. That was never going to happen. Now there's a structure behind Messi that frees him up to do the things that he does in a more advanced position. And then there is trust from Messi that he's going to put guys in positions where they're going to be successful. And there is trust from other players that Messi is going to find them. This is a real concept of a team in which you have a lot of guys working, most of the guys working, and then Lionel Messi not working just for Messi, but Messi being part of the structure of a group. Not just Messi and 10 other guys, it's 11 players working as a team. That's a huge difference.
Frank, how difficult is it to get that balance right? You look back to, 98 when you won it. Zinedine Zidane, of course, very much the focal figure there.
Well, it's a balance, and it's a mix of, as what Ali explained, that the trust that you have to have on the big star and the trust that the big star needs to have towards his teammates. And that's the balance that Messi couldn't find before, because I totally agree with Ali, but I want to emphasize the second part of his explanation where even Messi couldn't trust his teammates, so maybe willing to do too much and in fact doing nothing or not enough for the World Cup especially. Now, because he trusts his teammates, he allows himself to give good balls to make sure, and we saw that the second goal that Argentina scored, where the perfect goal the perfect pass that he made, like he used to do with Barcelona, he can do that with Argentina and make sure that he can serve his teammates, and to make sure that after that he can be very upset if he's not served the same way by his teammates. So that's the finest balance that you have to find. And don't forget that Zidane wasn't Zidane before the World Cup. He became Zidane because of what he did to us. And then we started to trust him. And then we tried to give even more for him, because we knew that because he was at his best, if we were giving 100%, that guy will make the difference. It's what's going on right now for Argentina, I think.
How cool is that feeling, Frank, when you have someone who you can just see taking it up another level?
Well, of course it makes a difference. We know that we play a collective sport, and I'm lots of time, almost all the time, against the Ballon d'Or. But I'm capable of accepting the fact that some people are making the difference. And those people, they make people coming to the stands, fans coming to see something special. And those guys make something special to us as well, because you play, and again, as I said before, you give what you have to give, you give 100% because you know at a certain point the guys will score. And it's never randomly that they do so. I'm sure it's not random that Zidane scored 2 goals in the final of the World Cup, scored 2 goals for Real Madrid in the Champions League with a fantastic volley, because those players do something special and they are dedicated to do so. And but they need the others. For us, it's so comfortable because you know at a certain point that if you do the job, you're going to be rewarded by something from those players.
If you were Lionel Messi, Frank, how committed would you be to PSG over the next couple of months?
Wow.
Well, you know, I think if you compare with last season, even if the Argentina being undefeated for a long time is also part of Messi performances last season, I think the performances of Messi this season makes the difference, and it increases the fact that Messi is trusted by his teammates because they feel that the guy is back to his best. So it's important for Messi to carry on working with PSG to get fit enough and to compromise between PSG and the Argentinian national team to make sure that he's going to be at 100% for the World Cup.
How much will it be on his mind, Luis?
Massive. I mean, at the moment, he's just to look after himself. But if you see the way that he's playing every single weekend, and even midweeks, he's not running as much. He's controlling every effort. He's understanding that he cannot get injured. He's a winner, and we all know that his mentality is about winning every single game, trying his best. But now he knows that he cannot make those long runs. We saw in the footage when everything started, the ruffle, that fight in between, that when he's starting to try to make a long run, he stopped and trying to pass the ball, and he's not anymore trying to beat players, 2-3 players every single time. He understands his role in the team. He understands in the national team, but also in Paris Saint-Germain. And of course, his main target is, of course, winning the Champions League, winning the Liga. But his main focus at the moment is to arrive in the best condition for the World Cup. And that's what he's trying to do. He's balancing his efforts. He's trying to, when he's on the ball, make the difference. And, well, once again, he done it against Honduras. He did it at the weekend for Paris Saint-Germain. And that's the way that he's going to arrive. He needs to continue playing, and he knows exactly his body, and he's going to arrive in a fantastic moment.
What's Argentina's weakness?
I don't think they have many, but if I were to point out something that could potentially be concerning about Argentina is that sometimes the emotions of the games get out of control. And then in comes an irresponsible tackle in the worst time in a game that truly matters. So you get towards the end of the World Cup, you're in a knockout stage, now you're in a quarterfinal matchup, you don't need a red card. And that's perhaps where Argentina sometimes can get out of control, in that the emotion of the game sometimes carries them into a position in which they allow those emotions to take over and they forget about their own qualities and they make the game about a fight. Argentina will be successful if they're able to find that balance between making the game a fight, but then finding the quality in the attacking half. So, yeah, we're going to be tough defensively. Yeah, we're going to defend well. We're going to be tight. We're going to challenge you. We're going to get up on your face. But when we win this ball, we're going to find Messi. Then he's going to find the solution for us going forward. They do that with consistency, the way that they have done over the last couple of years, and you're going to find Argentina being in the latter stages in the competition.
If you want to read Tim Vickery's article in its entirety, be sure to go over to the website to check it out. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.